The Littoral Region Trust Club was launched in Douala, starting with the training session of the first trust practitioners. An initiative of UNESCO with the support of the Ministry of Youth and Civic Education, TrustInside, and the Pan-African Youth Network, PAYNCoP. There is a loss of trust between people towards authorities. We understand the importance of trust, a trust that can be objectified, measurable, and that we really allowed for a lasting peace. And it is this lasting peace that will lead to sustainable development. The problem with trust is that everybody talks about it, but nobody knows what it is. So it is very difficult to act on something that you don't really master. Pierre Winnicki led a research group of 100 experts that developed a model called the Tree of Trust. What is it all about? This tree allows us to visualize the 7 main components of trust. Once we have objectified trust, we need to measure it, says Pierre. To do this, he and his team have developed web and mobile trust barometers that identify the color of the tree of trust of a person, a team, or a larger collective. Recently, several events took place in Douala to prepare the launch of the Littoral Region Trust Club. A meeting at the Aqua Palace Hotel was an opportunity to raise awareness and mobilize political and business leaders, traditional chiefs, and other decision makers on the challenges and tools of trust. These opinion leaders will become trust waivers. The mayor of Douala 4 and a traditional chief of the district were among the first to accept the invitation. This trust that we have and that we must have towards each other must be embedded. When we trust, I think the rest follows. Your tree that you are building, what color is it? Light green, dark green, red, orange, or blue? Orange is the mix. I will now use the tree of trust to gain the confidence of my population. It will help me to identify the hotspot and where there is peace in my neighborhood, in my territory. Throughout the workshop these 4 days, we will walk around the event that will allow us to develop trust, and we will now be able to become trust builders. A training session for future trust practitioners was conducted for 4 days by Pierre and his team at the Hotel La Falaise Bonanjo. Among these practitioners, we find mediators from associations, coaches, consultants, companies, trainers, and teachers who wish to add to their knowledge the mastery of the tools of trust. The Young Peace Ambassadors of the Pan-African Network PAYNCoP, which aim to promote peace within communities, made up the bulk of the pool of trained trust practitioners who were complemented by a teacher from UCAC, University of Douala. My expectations at the end of this workshop are first to reinforce my knowledge on what are the tools, what are the methods adapted to build a dynamic of living together. And the second expectation is to apply what I have learned through small initiatives, through the neighborhood council amongst young people. My expectation concerning this activity are to be able to bring a handicapped person to have confidence in himself, not to feel sorry for himself, and to use this confidence to develop himself within the society.
Advantages in the training, not to be a failure, not to accept failure, how to build up myself, train people in the society to bring peace in the society, bring unity despite the crisis and all the light. For this, I have benefit courage, I have benefits, consistency in building the peace, I have benefit, co-responsibility, to carry responsibility on myself, and then not reacting on the negative of people in the society, neither on their reactions.
I dare to say that we have adopted the tree of trust too, that we can effectively implement in various professional environments. Knowing that the tree of trust can be considered as a management tool, it is therefore a new managerial model for leaders. At the conclusion of the training, the trust practitioners proposed 5 key areas addressing trust issues that can pave the way for the Trust Club's action plan. These include youth participation in governance and local development, socio-economic and psychosocial integration of internally displaced persons to improve their quality of life, socio-economic and political integration, as well as the psychological development of people living with a disability, personal development and social entrepreneurship for the empowerment of youth, citizen education and moral research in school. In concrete terms, we are working on this tree, which includes 7 habitus, in the sense of Pierre Bourdieu. It will allow us not only to identify the problem in a company, in a non-profit organization, and precisely to know where to act in order to be able to re-establish trust between the administrators and the people, between colleagues, and eventually between the person and himself. So this work was really great. The training went very well. I learned so many things that will strengthen social cohesion in my own NGO. So I really say thank you to UNESCO, TrustInside, PAYNCoP, and also to the Ministry of Youth. Thank you for everything. Trust is an essential element for an entrepreneur, both externally and internally. Externally, because it is impossible to establish a partnership to obtain financing or to have clients without a real relationship of trust being built between the different partners. And also internally, because it is also important that within his company, with his various employees, the entrepreneur can create a healthy social climate, and this really requires trust. A major project is being set up in the city of Douala, the Littoral Region Trust Club, encouraged by the national and international donors. We invite all companies to participate in the Littoral Region Trust Club. First element of gain, they'll learn to build hope, to mobilize their market, their environment. They'll learn to build security. In addition, they'll learn to build offers to satisfy the need. And trust is built with the security it provides through its offers, products and services. In the Littoral Region Trust Club, you will learn to build sustainability, because a company that settles must be able to last. Trust is also a very important element for young entrepreneurs in general and for young women entrepreneurs, because as a young entrepreneur, there is necessarily a professional experience that is not comparable with that of an entrepreneur with much higher experience. For example, 20 years in the field. The young entrepreneur and the young woman entrepreneur need to build up a credibility capital, which automatically requires trustworthy relationships. And it is important that with this Littoral Region Trust Club, we can work together on this issue. We count on you for a total change in your community. What you have learned here should not only remain in your bags, but you should put all the lessons learned into practice. I am very happy that our civil and administrative authorities of the city of Douala can take this initiative seriously. And I thank this authority wholeheartedly for allowing us to establish a trust club starting in the city of Douala.
Un club de confiance à partir de la ville de Douala.
Growing a forest of trust in the littoral region and throughout Cameroon is the ultimate goal of the Littoral Region Trust Club members.